Hello, everyone. I'm going to get that a little bit closer. How are you all today? I'm Alena Chapman, and today we're going to channel the Council of Light. And sorry about that. And I am part of this wonderful earth, and I can't wait to bring that to you. I have been at a point in my life where I am a shaman and a light bearer and a channeler. And the channeling has been with the Council of Light, which is a wonderful, well, it is just that. It is the Council of the Light. It's the council that I am always conversing with and getting my own inner wisdom from, and are always there for me. And they are guides or angels. Some like to call them angels, but they are guides. They are people that have passed before me. They are spirit animals that have come to help me. Hello there, Infinity. I'm so glad to see you. I'm glad you're here. They are everything. Past people that I've known that have passed, that were really good friends in the spiritual world. So once a little bit to know about channeling. Once you are channeling and you're channeling from the light, it is one voice, and it is all inner knowing, and it is all out of love. And you will not hear words that are like critical per se. You will hear warnings if they are to warn you, but they are not harsh, because the light, which some call heaven, is all unconditional love. It truly is. And on top of being unconditional love, there is an incredible peace and joy. Joy just rises up within you when you enter the light. And that love washes down over you, and it is such an incredible feeling. So when I visit there and I get my guidance, my Joan, my guide, is one of my main ones too. When I get this, I've been always channeling, but I wasn't letting people know. I mean, they were putting thoughts in my head, and but I just recently opened myself and said, okay, I'm going to allow this channeling. Because as a shaman, I've always been hearing them, and I live between two worlds. Most of the things I give to my clients is channeled. And that's why so many of them do so well. If it was me, I have limited knowledge, but the universe, my Council of Light, it's endless. And it's so creative and so different from what other people would say, because it is the ultimate, And so I thought, it's time for me. It's time for me to start to open up and allow this wonderful light to shine through and share in the wisdom to all, especially in this time. And I am trying, this is the first time I've ever done this on my phone, and I'm trying to get this right. Whoops, maybe not that way. But also check out alenachapman.com, or if you like this whole thing that I'm doing with the channeling, and also I'd like you to have questions. There are some questions that clients have sent in that couldn't be on, and I'll answer those too so they can watch later. But check out alenachapman.com. We've got some really cool things. I have a really cool retreat coming up, which will have a little bit of this in it, along with, learning the magic, the psychic magic, and starting to trust the guidance of the light. And how do you even know it's the guidance of the light, right? That's what I hear all the time. People say, well, how do I know? Well, the quick answer, just so that you know, is it never is harsh. It is never never mean. It's never critical. It is always helping. It's always loving. It might be urging you to do something, but it is never harsh. Okay. And it's also softer. So that's one way. But people who will come to this retreat that I'm having, and it's actually next week in beautiful Chattanooga, we are going to be learning a little bit about that, but we're also going to be starting to trust this wonderful light. And we're also going to be able to see how we can actually do the wonderful things like quantum jumping, astroplaning, learning a little bit about how souls work, and also learning how you can actually manifest immediately. You can actually learn how to incredibly start talking to others long way away where they actually feel you and hear you. It's very cool. So if you're interested in all this cool stuff of magic, then go to alenachapman.com, and it's the event Unabashedly Me. Okay. And hopefully, I don't know how to get my links up there, but people will be on who will definitely get those links going. So, anyway, I'm going to start channeling. I have a few people on, and I don't want you to miss out. I'm going to start with the questions that have been sent in. Hopefully, I remember them, because once I channel, I can't read so well. It's like they are in control then. All right. Give me just 1 minute or a second. Hello, beautiful ones. Yes, we are the Council of the Light. And as Alena says, we do help her. We guide her in all of her decisions. We guide her in everything. And she is constantly here with us. So she has asked us to come forward and to help you with questions that you may have. We do understand that you are in a new dimension now. We understand that things are changing very fast. Have you noticed? Have you noticed that, first of all, time has been altered? Have you noticed that timelines are being easily skipped? I know Alena didn't even realize she had done it on April 15th, but she did. Do you know that everything is happening slower and faster at the same time? Have you noticed this? Have you noticed that realities and illusions are all happening and are easy to skip to? This is a new time, and you probably haven't noticed, but the veils between your universe and others, including the light, is much, much thinner now. The world is changing. And that brings us to the first question that Alena brought to us from someone who was interested. They are worried about the weather, the weather that is happening now. You have had many things happen on your planet, from a lot of rain to tornadoes to hurricanes. Yes, yes, that is happening in this new dimension. And we understand how that worries you. But I think, or we all think actually, that you have to understand you have never appreciated the world. And the world is a living thing. It is just as living as you are. And this beautiful world has been abused in so many ways, and its land ravaged, and its waters polluted. And we have to tell you, we have tried to clean it. We have other universes that are trying to clean up the world, but it's just too much. And then the extraction of all the precious things the earth has brought to you, but the extraction is just too much. And so the world is cleaning itself. It's trying to clean itself. And it's trying to regenerate. So, yes, you will see this weather. And that's part of the new dimension. Everything is cleaning itself, even you. And the earth needs to, if you want it to continue to nourish you and bring forth its gifts for you. But it would be really wonderful if humankind learns something from this. It would be very, very helpful if you started to understand that this earth is a living soul and that it's to be taken care of, not used and abused. And that the gifts that she so happily gives you should be enjoyed, but not taken from her. Everything on this earth was made for your survival. And that's the other thing. You have forsaken that and created falseness in the foods you eat, the things you do. Do you realize that you can walk into the woods and there be enough food for you for a year? Do you know that we have so many herbs and so many things that have been given to you to help you heal? But we kill them and use something, ground cover or whatever, or cement, and we don't use the gifts of the earth. Can you see why it needs to be a time of cleansing? Can you see why it is what it is right now? But do not fear, you will survive. And you will survive in a new dimension of love, of being able to manifest loving things. Everything about this new dimension is about love. Everything in this new dimension is about your spiritual growth in that love. We hope we answered that question well for you. And another question that Alena told us about that someone was asking is that, will humankind choose rightly in the elections? We cannot judge how people will or will not vote, because that is a choice. That is your freedom. You have the freedom to choose, right? And so what one person may say now may change, but we are watching. We are watching. And yes, it will be a transition. And yes, either one will be a transition. It is right now you are in a holding pattern in your politics if you are in America. So once the decision is made, then things will start to change. And depending on what you want, it can be better or it can be worse. We'd love to be more helpful, but anyone who says they know is not listening to the light and is taking away and giving you false hope. Because, like I said, it's a choice. and it's the freedom of choice. But we are watching. We are not going to let it get too far because we believe and we know you are all souls. And being a soul within a body, you're not really male or female. You're just in this reality, in this time, you are choosing to be either a male or a female or both, right? But in the light, you are spirit, total spirit. And we want to see the spirit grow. We hope we helped you with that. And sorry, it's not a definite answer. Another question that Alena has had is that we want to get it right. If we are living in the new dimension, how did she word this? Yes, Alena knows. If we are living in this new dimension, why is there still so much hardship? Which we found was a wonderful question. Some of you are still ascending, and some of you need to have some of these lessons in order to ascend, in order to let go, because really, ascension is about letting go. You do realize that. And when you, well, to put it in the nicest way we possibly can, some of you are very stubborn. And when we were trying to give you the lessons, you just did not want to learn. But if you really look at what you're going through right now, you will see it is the same thing you have been going through over and over in your life, but never completed and never learned the highest lesson. It comes in different shapes and sizes, but it's still the same lesson. Do you know why that is? It's because it is imperative that your soul learn the higher lesson. And in how you deal with whatever you are going through right now will either complete the cycle and you will ascend further, or you will have to see this come and visit you yet again, even if we're in a new dimension, before you can fully ascend. Because you do realize that you're on this earth as a human, but you're not on this earth to only be a human. You are here to fill your soul's purpose. You are here to learn the lessons of definition. Because what you experience here is so totally different from what you have experienced in the light. And do you realize what you go through now and how you go through it is so open concerning how you deal with it in the light. And it's in how you deal with it, you teach the concepts of the light, even if you are very far from the light. You are still teaching us the contrast. You are teaching your soul the contrast, which then elevates the concepts of the light and is felt more. Are we being clear? Do you understand? Thank you. And hello. So, yes, some of you are still going through something, the best thing we can say for you, because we we want to make it easier. We don't want you to suffer in any shape, way, or form. It's time to step back. Step back and look over the situation. Don't yet again get into the drama of it. Step back and look over it. Because if you can look at it like a movie or a TV show, you know what that's like, right? You're not involved with every drama. You're seeing the whole picture. Well, that's what you need to see with whatever you're suffering with. See the whole picture. Take a look at whatever's causing the problem. If it's a person, why are they doing that? If it's a hardship in some other way, well, why am I having such a hard time with this? Now, you're not asking sarcastically. You are asking to look above and say, oh, there's another way to do this. It's time to look over it because you have fallen in this hole, as you so politely have made a similarity. You have fallen in this hole many times and probably for many lives. Because in this new dimension, you're not just closing out the cycle of this long cycle you've had previously. You are actually clearing out all of your cycles of every life. It is time. Just as the earth is renewing itself, you as a spirit are renewing yourself. You are getting rid of the karmas. Or benefiting from the karmas. You are breaking cycles from every life right here, right now. And it's also that you can ascend. And why is it so important to ascend? Because when you ascend, this part of this new dimension will be so much easier, especially with the weather, especially with so much fear that seems to be plaguing the earth right now. So much fear. And there is no reason to be fearful. And what we would love to communicate is the fear keeps you from actually achieving what you're supposed to achieve. Does this help? And whoever asked this, I hope that is clarity. Another question that has arisen, and we are trying to remember it correctly. Alena had a lot of questions. What is it like for us if we do not want to ascend? We found this question rather funny. We did get a chuckle out of this question because we can't understand why anyone would not want to ascend, because it is so much easier to live more in the light. When Alena says she lives between two worlds, she does. She actually lives between three. We've got to tell her that. So when you are ascending, you will see over everything that's happening. You will conquer your fear. There will be no fear because there doesn't need to be fear. And what you will find when you release that fear, but you can't just release it. You have to have an understanding of these higher lessons that bring you to a point that you get the whole idea of what ascension is about. And all of a sudden, you really see for the first time that you don't need to worry, that you don't have to have fear, that fear is put before you to manipulate you. Most fear, and really, really start to watch, just watch how often you get new news or new alerts everywhere. And you will see it is actually timed. When you get used to one fear and you're calming down, oh, wow, we see another one pop out for you. And then you're all riled up again. And so you go like this in your world, constantly up and down in your emotions. And when you ascend, you're not. You are going like this and floating above. Do you still have to live in everyday life? Yes. Yes. But you are not in it. You're just of it. The most important reason why you should want to ascend in your life is because with all this fear in the earth, there is a mass consciousness that is being formed around the earth. This mass consciousness is like this gray cloud you are putting, because your feelings have energy, and fear is a very big feeling. And that fear as an energy floating around your earth is just as polluting as if you threw a plastic bottle in the water. But it's much bigger. And it starts to affect people because people feel the energy of that mass consciousness of fear. And it alters their behavior. And their fear is not real. It's manufactured. And out of fear comes anger. But the fear is not based on anything. And the anger is all manufactured. And they are driven by whoever is steering the wheel on the fear. Do you see how it's working? And that is what happens. If you don't ascend, you will fall for that. You will wake up every day looking for fear. Because do you understand what fear really does? It's addicting. It's very addicting. And the people who want you to feel that way understand that. That's why they time it, right? One thing is doing what, you get used to it. And before you know it, oh my gosh, they show another injustice, or they show something that is, just something that's going to get a reaction out of you. But if you understand that you crave it, you begin to actually crave those little fear buttons that are being pushed every 3 days or so. You look for it, because it's a fire. It's a fire in your physical body. It gives you something to grab hold of in your life. And it eats you. It actually eats you because you are releasing the adrenaline and all the hormones and cortisone and things in your body that feed the fire. It's very addicting. And what people find so hard sometimes in ascending is that there is no fire. There's love. And for someone who's totally addicted to that self-righteous fire. Love is hard at first because it's calm. But the one thing we know as the light, we know that love is the only thing that can get everyone back on course. We know that love is based on understanding. Understanding is based on inner knowing and observation, so you can get the big picture. And it's only you who ascend, who can see this, who can actually bridge the gap between the ones who are fearful and the ones who are not. You are the only ones who can change the course, because you're not addicted and you can show a better way of living. Do you not realize you chose to be here now? Really, you chose this time. You chose the people you were going to deal with. You knew this was going to be one of the most biggest times of the earth and of all governments. You knew it. And when you decided to come down, many of you, more, 3/4 or more of you wanted to ascend to a place where you could help this earth. We realize that you have forgotten this, which is what happens when you come to the earth. But now it's time to wake up. And as you start to ascend, you will be able to connect with the light. You will be able to get that inner knowing and connect to that beautiful part of you, the soul. And then you will realize you don't have to be so angry. You don't have to feel that urge to fight. And I will tell you this, water. If you think of water and fire, love and fire, water always puts fire out. Love always puts fire out. Fire cannot put fire out. So it is time. So we say, for those who say we don't want to ascend, you're going to have a rough road. If you do not want to ascend and you want to live in your dramas, you may. There's going to be plenty of them. But it's going to be a rough road. And your dramas will not stop. And the fight will not stop. So, it's time to take the quest that you were supposed to take, what you came here to take, to learn the opposite and start to come home. And that's where you can bridge everything. And that's when the world will turn out just fine. All right, for all of you, we think that was all the questions. Who has a question for us? Because this is supposed to be, I see someone. What is your website? Alena's website is alenamariechapman.com. alenamariechapman.com. All right, to express your gratitude to, yes. It's very hard for us to read these comments. I would love to see if someone has a question. With 930 people on here, we would really like to open up to you. We would like to help you. So if you have a question, now is the time to ask. Do you need clarity on any of this? Do you have something personal you're going through that you would like guidance from the light? Do you have loved ones that you want to know how they're doing? The sky's the limit. We are here. We won't stay if no one asks questions. We'll bring back Alena. Ah, Alena has someone who wants a private session, we see. She would be happy to help you. We approve of her. she she is of us. Yes, yes. The best way to do that, I will let her answer that, please, because she knows better than we do. Does anyone have a question? We are trying to look. No, really, no question. Are you happy? Have we done what you needed? Do you have clarity now? Let us know, please. We do not know. Do you have clarity? And do you have anything that is upsetting you at this time? We can feel the energy. We know. All right. If you do, Alena will bring us back. So we're going to let Alena come back. Okay. Thank you. Hi. Hello. Okay. I am back. I'm Alena. All right. So the first thing they are saying to me, hello, Pro Mundo 1M. Gojo Satoru. Cool. All right. Hoodie. Hi there. Hi, guys. Hello. Ah, thank you, Zanab, with the ooh. Thank you. Thank you. That's the light Teluga songs. And then I'm glad. And I'm trying, Mr. Potty. Yes, if you would like a private session with me, I would be happy to do that. The best way, you can DM me on any social media, and you can also go to alenachapman.com, and there's a way to contact me. Just go down to contact, write it in, and I will contact you. Okay. I'll probably do it through text to make sure you're still interested. And yeah, we can definitely connect. I'd be happy to help you. Very happy and humbled to be able to help you. And the light is actually very happy. Yes. And then, Infinity, did you have any questions? She is such a beautiful. Carlos, thank you. Thank you, guys. Thank you. Thank you. I am so glad. I do hope this has helped you. And I'm going to be doing this every Wednesday. I'm going to try next Wednesday. I'm not, because I'm doing the retreat to learn how to do this yourself, to learn how to not listen. I get it. I have been in this spiritual realm again. I came back to it. And when I did, it's been about 20 years. But who's doing age, right? And I'm just now feeling like I trust channeling. I went to a class and they were all channeling, and I guess Isis was coming through to everyone. And I didn't want her to have my psyche and my body. I just really didn't. And I wasn't comfortable with it. And it really it's so funny. I read souls, and I went to an event here in Georgia, and I was reading people's souls. But really what I was doing was I was going into their soul, because I am a shaman, asking their soul. And then some souls were actually just speaking through me, and others would tell me what they needed this person who was not in touch with their soul to hear. And I started thinking, if it's of the light, I'm okay. I can trust. I deal with it all the time. And so I'm letting it, because it's better to get it pure from source, don't you think? I can decipher, but I have my own paradigms. I am human too, right? So it's better if you can get it pure. And I keep my mind extremely pure so I can do this. So you are not going to get. How can I belong to your private community? Angular, how wonderful. I would love to have you be part of the community. AlenaChapman.com. Ah, can someone type? See, Alena Chapman at the top. It's just AlenaChapman.com. Very easy. And if you just go to AlenaChapman.com, we have for you um, a wonderful little subscription that's easy, that 2 times a month I will get on, and I have people in this. I get on, we get to do a wonderful shamanic journey, which is like a meditation, but more intention. You get to start meeting your guides. You get to see incredible things. You start to trust yourself in what you're seeing in your meditations. That's the best thing. And we talk about it. And that's 2 times a month. And that's just a simple subscription that I'm doing. And it's really, really fun. So that's one way. And then if you want to look at the courses and you're interested, they are very self-explanatory. People are in all the courses. If you just want to talk to me, then go to the contact page and put in that you want to talk to me. But it's all on AlenaChapman.com. And if you like what you see here, please subscribe. And if you have friends who are in fear, or you have, what else did we talk about? All sorts of stuff. I guess most of the questions were about this new dimension. People are very curious about it. So if you have people who are curious about it, forward this forward to them, please, because I hear a lot of people saying they're channeling, but they're channeling such fear. The light is not telling me to be fearful. It's telling me completely the opposite. And I guess if you want to be fearful, then go be fearful. But that's not what we need right now. And that's not why you're here. All right. So, am I a twin? Oh, are you? Am I a twin flame? I will answer that. Before we go, I will answer that for infinity. Infinity? Yes. Infinity 13. Hi, Infinity. All right, just a minute. I'll get them back because they can answer it so much better than I can. Hello, we are back. So Alena said there was a question about twin flames. And the name is Infinity. She likes that name a lot. Infinity. Yes, you are part of a twin flame. Do you realize that people are part of a twin flame? Because twin flame is something where your souls have lived so many lives that they are connected by a cord. Alena was a twin flame to her brother. Her brother and she are twin flames. You see, twin flames does not mean you marry the person. I mean, if you want to, yes. But a twin flame means it is something that is actually part of you. There is a mirror image. It's another part of you. And it's separated through the lifetimes. Twins are twin flames, but they are very opposite. But there is always something between them. That's a twin flame. Well, Alena, no one else we do not understand how everyone seems to be making everything only about love and relationships as far as sexual love, because it's much more than that. A soulmate is another one that people seem to think they want to find. Soulmates are actually a lesson. Soulmates are hard. Soulmates, when a soulmate comes into your life, it is someone who is teaching you something. Sometimes it's wonderful, and sometimes it's to help you grow. Well, always it's to help you grow. So a soulmate is not your forever love. It is someone who is going to help your soul grow. You can have many soulmates that come into your life. A twin flame is more of all the lives you've lived. And yes, you have a twin flame. Most do, unless they are a very new soul who's come down to help. Okay? We hope that answers your question. Yeah. And your twin flame is pretty strong. Yeah. Nice. Nice, nice, nice. Yes. You see, love, we should talk a little bit about this. Love, this wonderful love between two people. It is when we do recognize something in someone that we adore, right? It is something that just incredibly, you just know. And those are the lasting loves. Sometimes you humans tend to jump the gun, as you say, in love, with because the urge of the chakras, your sacred chakra, which is the sex, is so pounding at your soul, and then you fall in love too fast. Love is something deeper. It's an acceptance. It is a knowing of the other person and a total acceptance of that person. And love can come in many shapes, and love will stand the test of time when two people come together and want to experience each other and help each other grow. That's love. That's true love. Now, is that a soulmate? Maybe. There'll be more growth than you ever expected if you marry a soulmate. Is it a twin flame? Twin flames have come down to this earth to discover their part. Their part. Now, if you marry a twin flame, then that's fine. It's a good relationship, but there always will be that wanting to grow on your own too, because that's really what you're here to do. You have had many lifetimes with this person. Just to draw upon Alena with her brother, that relationship is a twin flame, but it was very rocky, but they always had a fondness for each other as brother and sister, and they always felt close to each other. But they had many. That brother was on a different road than her. And so she had this kind of a conflict with her twin flame this time. But that was the plan. That was the plan. Because both had to experience independence. See, what you have to understand, there is always a bigger picture. What you're experiencing down here on earth, you are supposed to experience. But everything is for the soul. It is all spiritual. Everything. So if you are saying, trying to understand these concepts, you have to go to the spiritual plane, not the earthly plane. And the spiritual plane has an understanding that is much deeper than what you want to experience here on earth. Everything. If you want to change something in your reality, you have to change it in the spiritual reality. Interesting, isn't it? And that's why you ascend and come home. Then you know you're getting the purest light. Yes, Are there any other questions we will take? Thank you, Infinity. Alena enjoyed it tremendously. We are going to let Alena come back now. She can answer this. Thank you. I think it's funny when they say they're going to let me come back. Oh, funny. All right. Yes. Angular. I was told you're going to open a store soon. Hey guys, in Chattanooga, if you live in Chattanooga, but you know what? You don't even have to live in Chattanooga. We can mail things. It's a wonderful world. But we're opening, it's more than just a store, folks. It really is. It's a community. And it is a center. It's called Evolve for the Spirit, Mind, and Body. So we are not just going to have a store, but yes, we will have a store. But we're building a community through yoga. We have a yoga part. We have Tai Chi. We have women's self-defense. Interesting, huh? We're planning a cafe where you can have your latte after you do your yoga. The store is going to have all these incredible books. Okay, yes, it's going to be worth traveling to. We're going to have all these books, and we're actually going to have a book club and discussion. So we'll be doing not just spiritual books. I'll be in charge of those. I'll get those out to you. But I also have a fascination for psychology and the mind. I'm reading a really cool book right now. That's another thing. You know, your thoughts are kind of important in order to ascend. To be able to be in the light, you got to open up the thought process. So that's important. And then we also are going to have incredible things. I will be doing the soul retrievals. We'll have other people who are doing massages, ooh la la, and Reiki, sound bath healings. I'll do my wonderful shamanic healings that I do. On top of that, we'll have tarot card readings, bone readings. I love tea leaves. We'll have that kind of thing. Everything, but everything. Oh, and I can't forget, Wednesday nights is a beautiful meditation. And why am I doing that? And it's open with a donation, because that's how I got back into my spirituality, was going to a group meditation where I just met incredible people. And at first I was so bad at it. All I kept doing was giggling. I'm surprised it didn't throw me out. But I met incredible people, and I just wanted to come back and come back and come back. And so we want to build that community. Everything is towards a community. It's community for the spiritual people, the people who just want to try to ascend, or people who just starting out. We're trying to offer everything. So it is a center. And guess what? We found a place. We sent in the contracts. And so now they are looking it over, and hopefully they will really like it. And I have a partner named Jen Kearns, who's really cool. And she's just like the opposite of me in some ways, which is perfect because we need that. And I'm more the person who's out there doing whatever. And she's really good with numbers, and she likes playing on all the graphics and stuff. I'm more of the person who likes to be out with the people a lot. Anyway, so come join us. And we're opening up in September here in Chattanooga. And that is going to be Royal Family, will you please? The like button. Yes, Royal Family, press the like button. This helps us get out, because people really should hear the incredible channeling. It's pure. And it is not from just another planet. It is from Source itself. It is from the Council of Light. And so you can't get more pure than that. And you can't get anything that is more into our well-being, because we are spirit, right? Yeah. So thank you for bringing that up. Yes, it's going to be an incredible store. And I'll still be doing these wonderful channelings, but I'll be doing them in the store. How cool is that? If you're ever in Chattanooga after September, come look us up. And if you're not, you'll see that the store, it's called Evolve, and it's Evolve Chattanooga. Well, we're going to get the website going, evolvechattanooga.com, and we'll have our products and our courses and everything up there. By the way, I do want to say, if anybody is seeing this and is a life coach, a spiritual coach, or a psychologist even, if you are any of those kinds of things and you don't have a place to meet your people, like me, I'm new in Chattanooga, so I do everything by Zoom, but I really wanted a place. Well, we're going to supply a place for people, and we're going to rent out rooms that you can take your clients or your little class or whatever and meet there, which is really cool, for a reasonable price, which is very cool to be able to have that option. All right, I have talked enough. The council is tired. Well, they don't get tired, but they're tired. And for everyone out there, I hope you got what you needed. I hope that the questions will further you in your own ascension or your understanding. And I'll look forward to seeing you next week. Make sure to press that little bell thing so that you get notified. Okay? Love you all. Namaste, my dear, beautiful friends. Namaste. Stay connected. Love you. Bye.